that I got in prematurely, but it is still a sell on the 15-minute chart. I think we're coming back up. MACD is actually barely coming back above, a little bit bullish on the smaller time frames. Now let's go jump over to the 6-hour chart. Let me zoom out a little bit. All right. So the 6-hour chart is still a major buy for GRT. The MACD is bearish on the 6-hour, which is not good. So it might take another few hours or maybe a day or two for this thing to continue higher overall. But I think we could sit around $2.10, between $2.10 and maybe $2.30 for the next few days. And that's fine by me. I'm probably going to be getting out at break even just because I think I can probably get a better price. I think we probably bounce around $2.10 and $2.30 for a little bit. So I'll get my money out, maybe put somewhere else, or maybe just wait for this thing to become a little more bullish. But our side is still at 60 on the 6-hour, so that's okay. That's still not an absolute buy, but it's neutral. So overall, this thing is doing good. Maybe in the shorter term, maybe in the next day or two, it doesn't do a lot, but I think within a week, this thing will be above $2.30. So I'm probably going to be getting on my trade at break even and live to fight another day. So someone did request XLM. Let's go look at that. I know that some people in my group are in XLM, so let's look at this. 15-minute chart is a sell, and it's kind of choppy right here. We do have support. We came down and tested this support yesterday right here. We bounced very nicely off of that support at 43. We kind of wicked below, but we have support around 44 cents here. We bounced off of that. You got the buy signal. Now you're getting a little bit of a top right here at 54 cents. And now you're coming back down. Now, do I think we're going to come back down to 44 cents? Only if Bitcoin dumps. But also, let's look at the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart, MACD is bearish. That's not good. It is a sell on the 4-hour, so overall, you're probably not going to 60 cents anytime soon, unfortunately. Our side on the 6-hour chart is at 54. We are bullish. I mean, it does say it's still a buy on this chart, and I think that was a buy ever since that was a buy before last night. Anyways, yeah, this was a dip you had last night, that little wick right there, because this is the 6-hour chart. So overall, it's still saying it's a buy. The MACD is bearish. So overall, I think this is another one, especially maybe even more so than GRT. I think XLM is probably one that's going to take a few days, maybe even a week or two before we get back to 60 cents. But with due time, I think within a week, we should be back around 60 cents, especially if my prediction comes true with Bitcoin at being at 55K. Yes, altcoins might bleed if Bitcoin goes to 55K. But overall, when Bitcoin tops out around 55, 60K, I think altcoins will have another rally. I still think it's altcoin season, so overall, within a week, I'd be very surprised if we didn't see at least a wick to 60 cents. So that's kind of my analysis on that. Short term, not looking great. MACD's still bearish on the 6-hour. But overall, I do think that this thing will go up. Let's go to the 12-hour chart and see what that looks like. This is just now is a MACD going bearish, so that's not good either. But I think overall, this is very, very good. Like I said, the buy and sell signal is saying it's still a buy in the 12-hour chart. I disagree if you're looking at smaller time frames. But if you're looking for the next week, 2 weeks, month, then yeah, it's probably a buy. And the daily chart, the MACD is actually still bullish, and it's still definitely a buy. So our side, though, is at 70 on the daily chart, so be careful of that. Not overbought, but it is bought in the higher time frame. So overall, I think the higher time frames need some time to play out, cool off a little bit, and then I think within a week or two, you could probably see 60 cents again. That's my deep analysis on XLM, because I know some people in my chat really need to have some money in it. So, yep, I'm using TradingView. What's Litecoin's potential? Well, let's look at that. A few people said Litecoin. Let's go look at Litecoin. I think Litecoin will do very good. I don't think Litecoin will do as well as it did in the last bull run, because one of the reasons it did so well in the last bull run was because it was one of the only coins on Coinbase app, and it was the cheapest coin on the Coinbase app. Now that is definitely not the case, but that's one of the reasons it did so well the last bull run. XLM, I'm on the wrong chart. I need to go to USD. Okay, Litecoin to the dollar is on the 15-minute chart right here. It is a buy. It just became a buy. This actually might not be. This might actually be a good time to get in. You have support here at 2.0. Actually, no, that is where I got in the other day. I'm not in Litecoin anymore. You have support around $190 and $200. You probably bring it up here, actually closer to 200, because, yeah, well, it'll be at 193 with without the wicks. So $183 to $200 is where you have support. You're at 216, looking okay. Next resistance is 226 to 228. I would say if you want to be safe, take a trade above 230, and then your next major target would be 277 to $280. So if you get this at 230 and ride it to 280, once it breaks resistance, you'd be looking mighty fine for Litecoin. Right now, though, my chart is being weird. I don't know what's going on right now. But right now, I wouldn't say it's a buy if you're not in yet. I would wait. Yeah, you're going to buy it higher, but then it would be a higher conviction trade that you're going to the upside. So if you want to take a breakout trade, I would do it at $230. That would mean you're above resistance. And take it to 280. It'd be a swing trade. It wouldn't happen immediately, probably, because Litecoin doesn't do 50% moves in a day. At least this cycle it hasn't. But once you're above 230, it's very, very bullish for Litecoin. Now let's go to a higher time frame. Oh, my God. Hold on. Who knows what's going on? My computer's being really bad. Anyways, it is a buy also on the 1 hour chart. MACD is neutral. RSI is at 55, looking okay. 4 hour chart, looking the same. We'll go to the 6 hour chart. So the 6 hour chart, let me kind of now adjust the charts a little bit. Now you're at $217. It's still a buy on the 6 hour chart. MACD is barely bearish. It's trying to come back up, which is actually really good. Our size is at 60, so looking good. We even go to the 12-hour chart. Actually, MACD is right here. This blue line is above this orange one. That's bullish. Our size at 68, very much bought. And RSI on the daily chart is at 69, so definitely not overbought, but very close to overbought at 69.5 or almost 70. You're at $217. But I will say this. The daily chart is looking very bullish on the MACD. So I think it's basically telling you that within a day or two, you will probably be back at $230 if Bitcoin gets back to 50K. That's what I'm reading it as. But that's just what I'm reading it as. Not saying I would get in here. If I was going to take a trade and I was going to take a safe trade, I'd wait for 230 to break for a breakout trade. You could get in now. It's a little risky because the problem, if you get in at 216, you could come back down and test $200 or $190 and then get a bounce, and then you'd be under the water for a little bit. Or, I mean, we could keep going up, but if you come back down, then that's just the risk you take, I guess. So I guess if you got in now, you could put a stop loss at like 210 or something. But personally, if you want to be really safe, there's probably better trade setups out there right now than Litecoin. So personally, I won't be touching this just yet, but it is looking very good in the longer time frame, in the bigger time frames. Let's go look at Uni, and then we'll go over to Link. So 15-minute chart. Link is Uni is a buy. And let me go see what the all-time high is for this, because is the all-time high then 2380? That's what TradingView is telling me. Right now on the 6-hour chart, it is a sell. So you're basically all-time highs. That's probably why it's a sell. MACD's bearish, so yeah, probably not a buy. RSI is at 50, so that's not even that bad, but MACD's bearish. Doesn't mean you can't break $23, but right now it's not looking too good. Let's go with the 1 hour chart just to see what that looks like. 1 hour is a buy though, so who knows? I think maybe the smaller time frames, you might go back to all-time highs, maybe get rejected there, and then just chill in this price range between $17 and maybe $23 for the next few days or the next week. Now, if I was going to take a trade on this, I would take a trade above $24, which would be above resistance, because all-time high is $23.80. So if you get above that, then it would be a breakout trade. So if you took a trade at $24, that's when I would personally get in. Yeah, you're buying it higher, but then, like I said, you have a better chance of winning that trade once you know it's broken in resistance. But that's my analysis on that. I would say probably not a buy just yet. Link, what is Link looking like? Let's go to the 15-minute chart just to see. Sell on the 15-minute chart. MACD on the small time frames is coming back up, which is very good. RSI is at 47, which is very, very nice. That is probably at least on the small time frames, Link is a good buy. The only thing is, when you're looking at support right here, you're at 32.72. It does look like you are going up. The 1 hour is a buy again. The only thing I'd be a little bit worried about, not a lot, but I'd be a little bit worried about, you don't have support. You don't have support here until $30, and that should be red because that is support. You don't have support here until $30. So which isn't that far of a fall, but if you get rejected at $33 or something, which isn't resistance, but if you did come back down, Bitcoin falls or something, you wouldn't have support till $30. And so if you get it now, just know you could definitely see a retail of $30. So either put a limit buy at $30 or, maybe wait to break the previous. I mean, it's not, all-time highs, I believe, is $36. So if you took a trade above that, that would be a breakout trade above $36. Or take a long at $30. Those are your two options. Again, not a coin that I would say to buy right now. We'll go to the 4-hour chart just to see what that's looking like. That's looking like RSI looking beautiful on most of these time frames at 55. That's neutral, which is, in my opinion, in a bull market, that's a buy. In most situations in a bull market, you will not see an RSI below 55 or 50. Some situations you do, but not very many. And usually, if you do, it's on the smaller time frames. MACD is bearish though. So like I said, I think Link is due for a major push to the upside, at least to $40, but it's very slow moving coin when it does want to go up. Let's go to the 6-hour chart. It's still a buy according to my buy and sell indicators. MACD is neutral. That's not exciting. RSI is at 62, so that's a little bit higher. I think it can definitely keep going up. It has some momentum too, but some of the indicators are telling me it's just stalling right now. So again, if it's stalling, not a buy. Now, here's something interesting. Let me go see if I see this. I don't see this on the 6-hour chart. I don't see this on the 4-hour chart. But something I do see on the 12, what I think I saw on the 6, no, I saw on the 12-hour chart. 12-hour chart, don't get too excited here, but this is what I think might be a bull flag. Hold on, let me do something really quick. It is just on the 12-hour chart, so who knows? But it's exactly what a bull flag would look like. This big green candle would be the pole or whatever you want to call it. I need to get this back. Why is my... Oh, I see what the problem is. It's not... Okay, delete that. Anyways, you see this green candle would be the pole, and the pole is ever since support. So on the 12-hour chart, it does look like a bull flag. The thing is, I don't see it on the smaller time frame, so there's a very good chance it's not actually a bull flag. But at least on the 12-hour chart, it definitely looks like a bull flag to me. But I don't know. You did have this wick right here, way below it. So, you had the wick below it. So it might not be a bull flag, but at least watch out for it. The daily chart, the RSI is at almost 70, so that's getting close to overbought. MACD is actually bullish on the bigger time frames, which is good. But that might have been from the run-up you just had recently. Because remember, the MACD is a lagging indicator, so... Appreciate, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but first, CEO, appreciate the fire. So, yeah, we'll go back to XLM, REN, LRC, GRT. Think the whole market is going to consolidate for a bit. Probably. Let's go back to Bitcoin. I want to go see what Bitcoin's doing. All right, Bitcoin is... I'm going to go check my trade out on Bitcoin. Bitcoin trades up to 22%. So, all right, let's go back to what... all right, we are... Next coin we're going to look at is... we'll do XLM again very quickly because we already talked about it. So, I think XLM is just chilling. I am going to just tell you that our whole analysis of what we just saw, I think it's going to chill for a few days at these prices. And I think 60 cents will happen in a week, but I think right now it's probably not a buy. Your buy target would be 44 cents. And if you don't test that again, then you don't test it again. But right now, it's neutral. I would not be buying XLM just yet. Put a limit buy at 44 cents. If it gets hit, it gets hit, and that'd be amazing. But honestly, right now, it just doesn't look super bullish or doesn't look super bearish. It's just chilling at 50 cents. So you could take a trade, but I think there's probably better trade opportunities out there than XLM. But long term, it's looking very, very nice. Let's go look at REN. I have not looked at REN in a while. You're going to have psychological resistance at $1. I can tell you that before even analyzing the charts. So here's the thing. You have support at 67 cents. I feel like you probably have support sooner than that. Let's go look at the bigger time frames. The 1 hour chart is a buy. That's good. That is good. And unless you go below 84 cents, it's not going to be a sell. RSI is at 53. MACD is neutral. 6 hour chart, here we come. This is the 6 hour chart. It is a sell. Is a 4-hour chart a sell? I'm just curious. Yes, it is. So 4-hour, 6-hour chart is a sell. 6-hour chart, MACD's bearish. It looks like it's trying to bottom out here. That is good. RSI is at 52. Yeah, like I said, your next major target I would say is $1.05. So let me just draw support or resistance. I should say $1.05. So your next target is $1.05. Let me go to the daily chart. I just kind of want to see what it looks like. So I also said with the fibs, and I usually don't use fibs, but after $1.05, your next major target would be $1.67, $1.70. But first you gotta get past $1.05 and turn it into support, which we definitely have not done yet. But at least on the daily chart, MACD's neutral. RSI's at 63. So again, red's not a beautiful trade to take right now. LRC I think was the next one we had on the list. Guys, if you're new, make sure to hit that follow button. Yeah, LRC. So we go to the 6-hour chart. 73 cents. You got support here, 60 cents. MACD's bearish. MACD is bearish and it has not bottomed out yet. RSI is looking good though. It's at 50, so that is good on the bigger time frames. Let's go to the smaller time frames now. 4 hours to sell. So MACD is still bearish. RSI looks beautiful at 47. 1-hour chart is a sell. This might not be a buy till 60 cents. Again, not a coin. This is actually looking like one of the worst coins of what we just seen. And I've said so far, none of them have been buys. It might be Bitcoin's time to shine again in the short term. RSI is at 47. MACD's neutral. So on the 1 hour, it is neutral. 15-minute chart. MACD's bullish on the small time frames, but doesn't really mean you're going to go up very much. RSI's at 53, although you have the sell indicator. Most definitely, this coin is definitely not a buy of the coins we've looked at. I'm an XLM. Do you think I should sell and wait? I don't know. Are you in the red or are you in the green? If you're in the green, I might consider getting out. I don't think there's much downside. Like I said, you could go back down to 44 cents and test that as support on XLM. But unless Bitcoin starts dumping, I don't think you're going to test that again. You tested it yesterday, you got the bounce. So now, over time, give it time. If you're willing to be in a trade for a few weeks, then I guess you can get in and hold that to 60 cents or more. But I do think XLM within a month should be around $1. That's just kind of what I'm thinking. But, I mean, that's kind of my analysis on that. You've been in since 25 cents. Well, I mean, if you want to take profits, for sure, go for it. Because I think if you're trading it and you've been in it since 25 cents, I think getting out now would still be very good. Because I think there's trades out there that could probably do better than XLM. But I think for right now, in the short term, there's not a ton of good altcoins to trade. I'm sure there's a few we haven't looked at today. But all the ones I've looked at, none of them have been very much buys. And personally, I hold a lot of my portfolio in XLM and in GRT and Link and stuff, but it should matter. If you're in the red, you don't want to sell and lose money, so it does definitely matter. That's up to you, though. I can't give financial advice, but if there was another altcoin that looked good, then maybe you would want to sell, but I think at this point, maybe hold. I don't know. It's up to you, though. Let's look at Tezos. I also do hold Tezos, so this thing has, I mean, like all altcoins, it's kind of fallen the last few days, but RSI, I mean, you have support here at 425. You kind of got to bounce off of it. You wicked below it last night, then you got the buy signal shortly after, and then you came back up. And then you basically tested it as support again. You almost got down to it at least. So let's look at this. Let me move this again so I can see. 15-minute chart. I'm going to start it. So the 1 hour chart is still a sell. That's not good. Like I said, you bounced there. You're trying to bounce again here. Don't say that's a double bottom, but small time frames, I guess you could say maybe that's a double bottom, although you didn't bounce out the same place. But that is going to be a higher low, which is good in the small time frames. MACD, neutral. RSI at 47. That's actually really good to see the RSI below 50. 4 hour on Tezos at 460. 4 hour is looking at 50 on the RSI. MACD is bearish because, look, you have not found a bottom right here. Let's go to the 6 hour chart. 6 hour chart, like I said, you still haven't found a bottom and you haven't been going sideways, which means you haven't probably found a bottom. I would say you got support here. If Tezos wanted to retest 425 as support, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if that happened. But Tesla's right now, again, I'm sorry, but I don't think Tesla's is a buy. Right now, like I said, if you maybe put a buy order around $4.30, $4.25, but Tesla's right now is not a buy. So if it's a buy, I'll analyze it a little more. If it's not a buy, then I don't see why I would, Anyways, Atom is that sitting at $23.75. Bitcoin has actually gone up another $200 since we just looked at it. But let's look at Atom on the 15-minute chart. Small buy. So here's what I also look at. Guys, it's a sell here. It's a buy here for a small time frame. Then it's a sell, then it's a buy, then it's a sell. Then if you are continually choppy in one direction, if it's a buy, sell, on the small time frames, it's probably not a buy. It's probably just too risky to get in. If there's not one way the trend's going overall, then it's probably not a buy. You are slowly going up, but it's not been enough to really, unless you're doing a swing trade. If you're doing day trades, you're probably not going to make much money if it's just choppy. But let's look at the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart does say it's a buy, so that is, what it is. MACD is bullish, so that is good. RSI is at 54. So, no, 62. I keep moving the mouse so it keeps changing. It's 62. So that's looking good. Kind of. Not great, but good. RSI on the 4 hour chart is 65. Basically, I can tell you this, guys. This does not look like a buy to me. You have a little bit of support here at $21. What is the all-time high for this is my question. If you're right now at all-time highs, if this is the all-time high for Atom, then I would say this is probably a buy. Let me go to CoinMarketCap and look. Because if you're basically all-time highs, then maybe it is a buy. But all-time high is $25. So yeah, this is all-time highs right here. So if you break that, this could be a breakout trade. This is one of the coins that actually looks decent. If it's price discovery, guys, that's really bullish. So then you always, I shouldn't say always, but in a lot of situations, I want a long price discovery because then you never know how high it can go. As long as you have your stop loss at break even or very close to break even, you should be okay. Now, so this is a coin maybe I'll put an alert on, and if it breaks $25, I would consider taking a trade on this. It is kind of a risky trade, so if you have a lot of money, don't put everything into this, but this could be a coin that I would look at $25. Right now, I'm not getting in because if you go back to $25 and get rejected, it could be bad. But if we break $25 again, I'd definitely be getting into this coin, or at least looking at getting in. And I will tell you guys in my group chat if I'm in or not. That's also in the Patreon, which is in my TikTok description. Yeah, but I don't think you should be selling in the red is my point, crypto. Synthetics. Yeah. Synthetics. 15-minute chart. Again, it's been choppy all day. It doesn't say it's a buy, so if this, it's a quick trade, I guess it's a buy, but RSI is 62. MACD is short-term bullish, but 1 hour is neutral. And I think if you're going to take a long-term trade, you shouldn't be looking at the 15-minute chart. You should be looking at either the 1 hour chart and above. And for a lot of my swing trades, I look at the 6 hour chart. So we'll go to the 6 hour chart next. This is where I think it starts to become important. Because if you're just looking at the 15-minute chart, but you want to trade it for the next week, it really, I hope you guys understand that doesn't make a lot of sense. So RSI is at 53. MACD is trying to find a bottom right here, so it could come up here a little bit, or it could go sideways for a little bit. I would say, though, this is one coin, not a buy yet, but if you get above $27.50, especially $29, because that would be the highest wick you had recently, that would be a good time to long, I would say. And I'm assuming right now, synthetics, I think this is all-time highs for it, so this would be another one that would be a breakout trade above $29, especially above 30, which would be psychological resistance. So I'm going to put an alert on this. If it breaks $29, I would consider getting in. I have too many alerts on, so I'll have to do that later. But anyways, I'm going to go back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin moving up here a little bit. This is the 15-minute chart because I'm doing a smaller time frame trade. Anyways, Bitcoin right now is sitting at 28.5. I don't know what's going on with my computer. I'm going to go to the 6-hour chart really quick just to see what the bigger time frames are doing. MACD is still a little bit bearish here, but that can definitely change. RSI is at 60, so I think short term maybe you don't do a lot, but I think within the next day or two you're probably going to have some sort of breakout on Bitcoin to 50K. And all-time highs for Bitcoin, at least according to TradingView or to Coinbase, is $49,700. So that'd be your next major target to break, and then 50K, of course. I do have my take profit level right now on my current trade that I am in. I believe at $49,850 on my Bitcoin trade. So yeah, that's kind of where I have my take profit there, because I think at 50K you're going to get a little bit of rejection, and then I could probably get back in around 47, 48K on Bitcoin. So I know, I don't know why my computer goes to the black screen. It's kind of messed up, but anywho, that's all I got. If you guys have any other coins, otherwise I'm going to wrap it up here. I think we'll go back to the 15-minute chart on Bitcoin, and I think it's kind of choppy, but overall I think the trend is up. We'll go to the 1-hour chart. So recently, since yesterday, you have been in a small uptrend. So if you want to get into Bitcoin, you're not already in a trade, wait till 49K, which is right around the corner. If you do that, or if you want to be really safe, actually, I would recommend you wait till 50K and turn 50K into support. So don't buy the break of 50K, buy the retest, and if you get a bounce at 50K as support, that's when you would really want to long Bitcoin. So if you're willing to be patient, I wouldn't get in just yet. I mean, you could ride it from 49K to 50K, but that's a little risky. But yeah, if you want to be really safe, buy the retest of 50K when we break it. And I think that will happen within a matter of days, honestly. All right, see you, Eric. GRT. I think we did GRT, but we'll look at it again. So that's a sell on the 15-minute chart. I think, oh yes, we did do GRT to start. I'm going to delete this trend line. So on the 1-hour chart, RSI is at 51. MACD is neutral. We'll go to the 6-hour chart. The 6-hour chart is at 58 on the RSI. MACD is kind of fine about it, but not really. Yeah, that's not looking great on the MACD. It's not looking bad, but it's definitely not looking good. I think, honestly, GRT maybe the rest of the week, for the next week, probably just chills between $2 and $2.30 to $2.40. I could be wrong. I hope it breaks to the upside. But you have support at $2.10, and you have resistance here at you have a little bit of resistance here at $2.30, and the next resistance would be around $2.50. Wait, no. I would say $2.65. That's where I have it on the 6-hour chart. So probably not a buy, and also the fact that this 6-hour is this buy indicator is just going neutral now. It's probably not the best thing either. I think it's probably topped out short term. You could probably even say we're consolidating. I think we're just gonna chill here for the next week or so. So that's my analysis on GRT. Most definitely not a buy. I'm actually in GRT right now, and I need to probably get out of it. I got in at $2.20 or $2.19, so I might get out at break even here, or a small amount of profit, and live to fight another day, because I do think, you could see a little more upside in GRT on the small time frames, but even on the 15-minute chart, now you're getting the sell signal. I honestly would rather just get out at this point and maybe try to get back in at $2 or something, because I don't think right now for the short term at least, it's the best entry, and I think there's probably better coins out there than GRT right now to be in. At least, yeah. If I was going to be in GRT, I'd be looking to get in around $2 and $2.10. That'd be the range I would want to get in. So yeah. That's all I got. So with that being said, I will wrap this one up. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I will be on time tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time. Until tomorrow, safe trading, guys. Secure the bag, and I'll see you guys later. we'll go back to Bitcoin to conclude it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.